Assalamu alaikum. What's happening in Palestine right now is an absolute violation of human rights. The inhuman treatment of the people in that nation is appalling. It is a right upon all of us living in the rest of the world to understand what is happening, to get more clarity and help in whatever causes we can, in whatever way we can, to help the Palestinian people come out of this. This is nothing to do with religion per se. I'm not talking against any specific religion. I'm not against Christianity, Judaism and Islam. These are three great religions, and the people of this nation in Palestine for centuries over centuries over centuries have been living together peacefully in this land. What I am talking about here and what I am against and what we are raising our voice against is the Zionist movement. This brutal, ruthless apartheid movement is a political practice, it's a political movement where it is allowing people to come into Palestine and forcefully take the land of the people living there, pushing them out and saying they are the rightful owners, and the government is supporting this. We find Zionist Jews from Brooklyn, New York, being given the passport free to travel into Israel, go into the land and claim the land from families who have been living there for centuries, kicking them out brutally at times and then claiming their land. Nowhere in the world right now is this happening. It is the most brutal form of colonialism which you can see in the world, and it is only happening in this nation right now. It's basically apartheid which is happening. Nelson Mandela called this out. At times he has even said that the Palestinian people's struggle could be even more than what the blacks went through. Jimmy Carter, the US president, a former US president, called out the Gaza Strip where the Palestinians have been confined to as being an open air prison, and that is the kind of control which has been laid on these people. So we are talking against this Zionist movement, this evil movement of giving the license for people to come in and grab the property of the Palestinians and then kick them out. In 1897, 3% of the Palestinian population were Jews. These were practicing Jews. And then rest you had the Muslims and the Christians. In 1997, 100 years from there, the population of Jews rose to 75%, 3% to 75 in 100 years. This again is a brutal form of colonialism which is happening right now. It's the only country which is practicing this barbaric apartheid, and the arrogance in which it is done is inhuman. We don't see this in mainstream media because most of it and the world powers are lobbied and controlled by these powers. The Palestinian people are peaceful people. They have been living in this land for thousands of years. Jews, Christians and Muslims. Al-Aqsa is the third holiest place for all Muslims. and it is the most holiest place, Bethlehem, for Christians, and it is one of the holiest places where most prophets have preached across. The suffering what the people are going through right now is unimaginable. We don't see most of it. Thank God for modern technology. We start seeing clips now coming in how this regime works. But the arrogance and the way it's happening is an absolute violation of human rights. I urge all of you to learn more and create awareness. All of us, as people of this planet, as human beings, have equal right to live a life of peace and tranquility and to practice our religion. I urge you to talk against this movement, the Zionist movement, and the political movement which is going on. And I urge you to educate yourself in whatever way you can to communicate through your circles of influence to help the people of Palestine. There is a wonderful documentary which is done on YouTube. It goes as Occupation 101. Research it. Go through it. There is another website. This was an American lady. She was believing in the Zionist movement and she went over to Israel. She went over to Palestine. And then she saw firsthand what is happening. And she flipped. And she came back, and for the last 2 decades or so, she has been talking against this. Her website goes as ifamericansknew.org. You can find both these links in this particular video. ifamericansknew.org. Educate yourself. Again, we all have the right to lead and live a life of peace and tranquility. What the Palestinian people are going through right now, mothers have lost their children. There are mothers who have lost 4 kids, all of the children, small kids, and they are gone. A day before they were planning for the Eid festival. Today they are mourning the deaths of their children. And this is common in most areas. All of them, all oppressed people, they deserve to be liberated and live a life of peace and tranquility. Please educate yourself and do what you can. Let's fight for the Palestinian cause. Assalamu alaikum.